Red Cup Talk with Bryan Adams. Let's get into it. No, we're not getting into it. Just hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so you can be up to date with content as I drop it. Let's continue to grow this channel together. You decide. Close the door when I will. What about all about? What about all about? What about all about? What about us? What about us? What about what's going on, y'all? How are you? Red Cup Talk with Bryan Adams. A lot going on, This is crazy. We are living in a crazy time. But as you know, as you see, but we're going to keep going. We're going to push through. You know, we're going to do what we do because that's all we can do, right? At the end of the day, just got to keep pushing and keep wondering and try to stay focused. That's the main goal, is to try to stay focused on your shit. Try to, stay in your lane. Lean over a little bit to see what's going on. Everybody want to see what's going on in other people's lane once in a while. That's just how it is. That's just how we're programmed. But just staying focused, staying in your lane, and attending to the bills that pay you. I don't know. That's some new date sayings I've been hearing. Attend to the bills that pay you. So, however, just stay focused, stay in your lane, and I think we all gonna be all right. I'm staying in my lane, trying to anyway. But nonetheless, it's just stuff that's going on, and I'm like, man, these people are crazy out here. These celebrities, what are they doing? They just having fun, and all of them, I think they're being programmed. I think they're programmed, and I think they're being controlled by another outside source or something. Did you see the video of Amon Wiggins Amon Wiggins? Okay, so I feel bad. This wasn't even on the topic, but I mean on the list. But now that we mentioned, I was going to explain it. So Amon Wiggins, he's a content creator on YouTube as well, and he's shining. He's growing up. He was on what's the BET with Claudia Jordan and Al Reynolds. He was on there after Funky Dineva exited, and he ended up taking his position after all of the people that auditioned for it. He ended up taking their position, and so he ended up doing good. But I remember that was an outburst he did. It was something that went on. It was a little something that went on, and they kind of threw him under the bus. It's been a while since that show has stopped airing. TGIF Fridays is what it was. TGIF Fridays. But it's been a while since that show been on. But I'm bringing that up to say Amon Wiggins was on that show. Well, like I said, he's growing now, and he's getting more popularity. And so he was on Nancy Grace's show, the crime story lady with the big eyes. The crime story show was, she's like, I like her. I'll be watching her. Shout out to Nancy Grace and her team over there too. But he was on there and a few times, and so, I guess maybe she wasn't expecting to see this of him. This video, I'm not gonna play the video, but you see the video, a picture of him. But he was out there after Diddy hit the trial. The conviction was, after the trial, after all this stuff went down, and he was, I guess, cheering him on with the crowd. So you know what I say when I looked at this? You know what I said, right? I said, baby oil is gonna go up. If y'all into stock, stock and all that stuff, get your numbers into the baby oil because it's about to go up, baby. And some people these free calls it's gonna be more free calls, because I don't think it's illegal to have free calls. I don't think that's what the purpose. That's what the point of this whole trial and stuff was. So I think the free calls is gonna turn up some. I'm not laughing at this. It's not funny, but yeah, baby oil is gonna go up. Put your money. I put my chips in definitely in baby Johnson & Johnson specifically. But nonetheless, what we got to talk about, let me get back into this. So Nancy Grace and her show, I've been watching her for a while now. I actually like Nancy Grace, but sometimes she don't hit it right on the tee. But anyway, Amon Wiggins was on there, and like I said, his picture, he was just not shining the best of light. So I thought it was hilarious, but her reaction, you could tell she was not happy about that at all. She was not happy about that. But at the end of the day, we do what we want to do, right? Yes, we do what we want to do. So, and shout out to Amon Wiggins too. By the way, I don't listen to a lot of his stuff because some of the stuff I don't agree with or how he delivers, but nonetheless, I do follow him. And shout out to Amon Wiggins. So, but with this Diddy case, I do think, well, I want you to tell me what you think about it in the comments below, because I think that, okay, I watched Dr. Umar, shout out to Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar, he was interviewing recently, and this was before, like a few weeks back, maybe a week ago. And he was saying that, Dr. Umar was saying that he believes that, in that interview, that he believed that Diddy may get the walk because he wasn't saying anything. He didn't snitch. He didn't snitch on anybody, and they know he has a lot of information that he could go down and talk about, because of this. But he didn't. He held out. He's been quiet the whole time, just gesturing and stuff like that, mediocre stuff. But he didn't say much on it. So what he was saying, Dr. Umar was saying that he thought that maybe he was going to get off. Anyway, so 2 counts of prostitution to engage in X. Yeah. So, and then the other 3 was acquitted for, which was the main ones. So, but they didn't, and he was trying to they was trying to get a letter drawn up or something where they can present to the judge in a timely fashion to be able to maybe have him walk up out of there yesterday after, the trial everything was over. But I guess the letter wasn't strong enough because they didn't take him. They kept him. They didn't let him go. They kept him. So he has to stay until October the 2nd, I think, is his hearing. And so they'll see. And I'm sure Cassie and a few others, Kid Cudi and all of them, I'm sure they're all happy that this happened because, yeah, they still have to be careful even now, but I'm sure they probably wouldn't sleep at night knowing that man walked the streets. It's not funny, but I'm just saying in general, it's mine trying to make light of it because, it is a sad moment for them and for what we're doing to our community, man. That's the truth. What we're doing, this is crazy. But, so he's in. He's going to be held in, and then we get his sentence, and we'll see what they decide. So we're going to move right on, moving right along. Brandy and Monica, the boy is mine. I didn't know that they only won 1 Grammy off of this song, and both in their entire career. They won a Grammy with this when they came together and made this song. Brandy doesn't have a Grammy and Monica doesn't. Brandy has a big, long list of accolades, though. Of course, she's an actor. Both of them are actors, and I'm not trying to compare them. So I want to say that in the beginning, get that out there. They've always compared them. I remember when The Boy Is Mine first came out back in the day when we were younger. And they always compared them. I felt like it was always a comparison, rivaling. But they never gave that. But the media did, even back then when they were young. When this first song first came out, and I remember they used to play it all the time. So now they're playing it all the time now. So that's a feather in both of their caps, though, because when you think about it, you make a project like this, and 20 years later, it's still a hit. 20, 30 years later, it's still hot. it can still come out and still come into the emerge into the charts and still make a number. That's a good thing. That is a really good thing. That's what you call a good a good writer. The person that was behind it was the good writer, the good artist, the produce it, the good producers, and the artist. The writer, the producer, and the artist. They're the ones that's eating off of it. So, all the best to you on this. Now, as you see the schedule, their tour schedule, they're starting in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they're coming on around the country, but they're not coming to Florida for some reason. I don't know why they didn't put Florida on the map. Maybe they'll add it on later on or something like that. But so far, I don't see Florida. So people down there in Florida, she has a lot. Both of them have a lot of fans down in Florida too. So get down there and bring them up. But what I was saying earlier too about the acting, the accolades. Brandy acted, Monica acted. I remember Monica was on Living Single, and there's a few other. It was the day after Christmas or before Christmas or something. That movie, I forgot that one. But that was another one I remember Monica acted in. But Moesha, she acted, Moesha, hello. Brandy, I remember she was Moesha. I say Moesha because that's what I grew up with. I grew up with Moesha, and it got to a point every time I would see Brandy, even when I saw Brandy on TV or, outside of that TV show, I was calling her Moesha. She was always Moesha to me for a long time. I didn't really start taking Brandy serious, not serious, but taking her, how could you not say serious, because I don't want to demean her legacy, but I started liking her better when she started acting. I remember when she did that movie, that played the role in I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think that was a movie, yeah. And there was a few other ones she was in, but once she started acting more, I was like, okay, I'm movies. I'm like, wow, she's growing up. And like I said, I grew up off of Brandy. So, and Monica. Monica came a little later, but for the most part, I remember Monica being, and she was always a classy lady. I always thought about that with Monica. She was just, not to say Brandy wasn't, but Monica was like a lady, like lady. She was just like a diva, like a little Diana Ross type, When she entered the room, her presence, you noticed her presence, and she didn't have to demand it. You just noticed her presence in that space. I'm sure you have friends or people or family members or somebody co-workers for that matter, that that have that presence, that dominance. And they don't have to do anything. It's just a natural thing. When they come into the space or the room, it's like, who are they? And that's what Monica gave. That's I always say that about Monica. And the album she did where Missy produced it, and So Gone. I love that song, So Gone. So gone over you. Yeah. Shout out to Missy Elliott too, man. She need to get back. Well, I'm sure she's producing behind the scenes, but I like Missy Elliott. She was doing a thing for many years. But Monica, man, that whole album rocked. I love that whole album. Knock, knock, knock. Stop knocking. Don't come knocking at my door. Don't you come knocking now. Ring, 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 ring. Let the phone stop. I don't want you calling me no more. That was funny. Change my life and do my thing. Can't come in. I hurt. But yeah, don't come knocking at my door. Oh my God. It takes real hard. All the things that I put you through, it accepts relief after everything. It's still with time. I remember that. I remember her album. That was the album. I want to listen to it now. I'm going to play it. I'm going to go play her whole album throughout the day, sometime today, and get back up on Monica. Yeah, that was an album, though. Of all her albums. Now, I wonder if she's going to have the shoes. Remember them sandals? Monica sandals. I know she know about this. I've never seen footages where she talked about it. I'm sure it might be out there, but I haven't seen it. So, when she talked about, she addressed the sandals. Because you remember the sandals. Monica sandals. Those were some, I mean, those white sandals was cool, though. Those was her sandals. I'm sure that stock went up, too, when they first came out. But like I said, all the best to them. This tour, I'm sure it's going to be really nice. I'm sure they're going to do their thing. I'm sure. Oh, and who else is going to be on it? It's a guy from American Idol, I think I have to get that in there, but I think it was American Idol. And Kelly Rowland. Now, this is what weirds me out. This is another thing I want to mention before I get off. Oh, gosh, well, real quick. Kelly Rowland is was from Destiny's Child. I was like, if she's out, why wouldn't she just open up for Beyonce? If she was available to tour, she could have opened up for Beyonce. That'd have been a great, thing for movement for them on that part. I don't know. I wonder why they didn't do that. It's hot in here. I got to turn the A on. But I don't want to interrupt the video and go and walk away and come back. So that's why I'm just sucking it up. But it's hot. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Down here where I live at, when the sun come out, the heat starts to rise, regardless of what part of the year it is. When the sun comes out, the heat starts to rise. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because I'm hot. Shit, be hot. Because I don't want to turn the AC on yet. Because like I said, I don't want to get up and walk away from the video. I'm gonna keep going. But yeah, all the best to them both. I can't wait to this tour. Kelly Rowland. I think Kelly should have just opened for Beyonce if maybe Kelly wasn't available. Maybe the numbers weren't right, or the paragraph, the wordings weren't wording right or something. I don't know. But I just thought that would have been cool since Kelly Rowland. I'm sure she's opening for Monica and Brandy because they're saying that Monica and Brandy is headlining the show. So all the other cats are opening acts, right? I don't know. I know one would argue that Monica and Brandy has more hits than Kelly Rowland, but not collectively as that when she was with the group Destiny's Child. I mean, am I wrong for that? Or am I not looking at that right? Or I wonder, she's not with the group. She has, with the group Destiny's Child, she had hits, and then by herself she has hits. Not a lot of hits, I get it, but she has hits. And she's a known artist as Kelly Rowland. So it just makes me question, why is she opening up for Monica and Brandy, for Christ's sake? I don't know, and Monica and Brandy don't have no new material, really, 2024, 2025, so I don't know. But if they do come to my town or close to me, I'm going. I would definitely go and support them because I want to see, I wanted to see back then, but for some reason they never was able to get a project, I guess, like this together. If they did something, because I know in the chat someone would say, oh, I've seen it before. Well, if they have performed before, I haven't seen it. So I don't want to miss another opportunity. If they have performed, I haven't seen it. I don't want to miss this one. So I'm definitely going to be on it. I'm going to be in their building if they get close, or even if they get close enough to where I could maybe, I guess, I don't know, catch a flight flying to the fly in or something and catch it somewhere else. I don't know. I might think about that. I might fly back to the DMV or something. Let's see, because I did see that she was going. Their group, that's tour is going to grow into it's going to be in Washington D.C. So I don't know, something to think about. It's October, so we still got time. Shout out to Tisa Tales. I ain't gonna say I was working with her, but I've been following her too. She's a content creator, and she's been following the Diddy case, and she's keeping me up to date with everything. So I just wanted to give this moment to say shout out to her and keep strong, sister, and hang on there and do your thing. What can I say? Red Cup Talk with Adams. Peace. If you have any special announcements coming up, special occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, any special occasions, or you just want to drop me a line and say how your day's going, send me an email. You can do so. I will leave my email in the description below, but I also want to give it to you verbally. It's SmalltalkwithBAdams smalltalkwithBAdams@gmail.com. That's all one word, smalltalkwithBAdams@gmail.com. Send me an email, and I'll incorporate it into my next video. Come on, Adams family. Let's continue to grow this channel together.